Right, what is going off here? Right, this is bizarre. 2 seconds. What I'm trying to do. Right, I need to get rid of this one. Right, 2 seconds, boys and girls. 2 seconds. Something ain't quite right here. One second, guys. I'm just trying to sort something out here. Right. Let's get rid of this one. Oh my god. Delete. 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 Right. Hopefully, you are all still there. So let me just go to the stream now. Come on. Technology. 2 seconds, boys and girls. I'm trying to be a bit more organised today. I've got my laptop and I'm trying to get the stream on here so I can get to your comments a little easier. There we go. Live. Ooh! I'm there. Right. So, hi. That's me putting hi. Hooey. Hi. There's a bit of a delay. 9-week turf lawn. What's the best product to fertilise it? I would probably keep it reasonably balanced for now. Mixy Beaver. Something reasonably balanced. You don't want to go too high in nitrogen. Yeah. A few live streams ago, or the last one, I was drinking a bottle of Peroni. It had been a really hot, busy day. And one of you guys actually sent me this. And it turned up. And I was absolutely blown away. And I'm so proud. In fact, I've got something else to show you. Wait there. Literally, give me 7 seconds. Maybe 8. Come in. Come in. All right. Wasn't quite 8. Okay. So yeah, Betsy. Dogs. What do you reckon to this? LawnRight mug. LawnRight community. The grass is always greener wherever you watered it. I had this sent to me as well by my moderator in the LawnRight community on Facebook. If you want to join that, it's just general lawn care chit chat. You can put your photos in there. Look for LawnRight community and join. When we get to 500 members, we're going to do a little giveaway. Right, so yeah, so that's Mitzi Beaver. Kevin, cheers. Ashley B, good evening. Beer looks good. I'm going to open it in a minute. Mitzi Beaver, could I go with a pre-seed? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's all about the roots and the health of the plant with a pre-seed. Just chuck some on. It won't do any harm. It's not going to go massively green or anything, but it will enhance the happiness of the lawn. APM Gold, it's not a Ferrari picture. Sorry. It's just a little mug. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So, I didn't know this was turning up. My moderator, Ash, was it Ash? My brain's gone. Been such a day today. Anyway, he actually sent me this. And, yeah, wasn't expecting it. So, yeah, I'm going to open the beer. I haven't had any for a few days. Sean Delaney has to join LawnRight Community. Okay, I can't do it on my phone, but I can probably get into Facebook. Sean, 2 seconds. LawnRight Community. So if you go to Facebook, LawnRight Community, we're at 492 members now. Yeah, there's a pinned post by Ashley Hardwick. He's the moderator in the group. We get to 500 members. Whoever posts a comment, LRC 500, will win a little something. Right, so member requests. We have one. Sean, approve. I think you've probably already been approved. Right, let's get this open. Yeah. Okay. So a bit of Peroni in the old Peroni glass. I don't feel bad because I've had a few days off of it. And I'm going to get to your questions in a minute, guys. Does my dog... Does the dog dig the grass? Try saying that after a few beers. She wouldn't dare. She knows. She knows. She walks up the garden and she goes around the lawn, because every single time I'm stood at the back door and she'll stop halfway up and look round at me. And I say, keep going, and she does. But when I go to bed early and my wife, she lets her out last thing at night, I think she goes then. So that's why we're getting the odd wee burn on the lawn. This is really bizarre. I'm just going to show you what I'm seeing. Okay, I've got my laptop here, and there's a bit of a delay. So if I put you up there now, you see 1, 2, 3, like a 3-second delay. Okay. So I've been trying to find the best position for you guys. You could just take a look at that if you want. I've got a video coming out. It's going to be towards the end of the week. It's been filmed. I just need to edit it and get it together. But you know what it's like. It's finding the time. This evening would have been good, but it ended up starting a fire. My wife's gone out, taken the lad to football. So I've got my daughter in the house. She's on the phone at the minute, so she's quite happy. But yeah, I'm really pleased with it at the minute. Anyway, I better get into some of these questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch to my laptop, I think. We'll see how we get on with this. So, and I'll just quickly go through a few questions. It's a lot quicker on the laptop. So the beer is open. Right. Hi to the Norwich Crew, Williamot's Garden and Sports Ground Services Limited. Bobby Walker, message retracted. Nice mug, shows you're building a great community. Thanks, APM. Curlew Ben, your lawns never look so good after following the channel. Thank you so much. Really, very much appreciated, and very, very kind of you to say. I get a buzz when you guys are getting a nicer lawn. That's all it is. That's all it is. Yeah. A.E. Samuel, hope you're enjoying the heat. Round up on my lawn a week ago. Most of the grass is brown, but the wheat grasses are still very green. Just give it time. It's only a week. It can take up to 2. Hang on, I've got a bit of a message popping up here. It can take up to 2 weeks to actually even see a change. Right, Edward Armitage asked to join the community. Let me go back to the community. Member requests. Refresh this. Edward, I'm going to approve you, but you've already been approved. So I think that Ash Hardwick is approving you before I'm even getting a chance to do it. So Ash, thanks, mate. You're an absolute angel. Okay. So I would leave it a bit longer, A.E. Samuel. Willie Motts, do I want to buy a scarifier? I'm okay. I've got a scarifier. I'm not actually looking for one to improve or replace the one I've got because it works fine. I will at some point be getting a different scarifier for another reason where I can swap the cartridges and do some verticutting, but that's more when this lawn starts to creep, which can be 12 to 18 months. Gary Hill, struggling to work out how much weed oil to put on my lawn. 15 ml per litre of water. Gary, how big is your lawn? Oh, she's brought me a ball. Give me a ball. She's brought me a ball. I can't do that, can I? Hang on. She's just bought me this. She wants to play. You can't go on my grass. Where can I throw it? Go on then. Alright, dog's fabulous. Put a smile on your face. Right. Yeah, Gary, how big is your lawn? Have you replied yet? 7 litres. 170 square metres. Right. I always have to physically work it out every single time. So, I'm sure it's 15 mil per 10 square metres. Weed oil for lawns application rate. Right, so if you're using a sprayer, 15 mil in 1 litre of water should cover 10 square metres. So if you've got 170 square metres, it's 17. That's right. Yeah, 10. So 150 mil is for 100 square metres. That's right. So 17 times 15. And yeah, I'm using a calculator because my brain has gone to pot. Calculator. 17 times 15. 255 mil of product. Okay. And they are saying, what are they saying? You know, that's in a garden sprayer. A litre for, so that's basically saying 17 litres. It's crazy, isn't it? Basically, for your size lawn, you need to get the 255 mil of product onto the lawn. Which is right. 10 square metres is 15 mil. Oh God, it's beer o'clock. Right. So, you alright, Molly? Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's see what we can do here. Adrian, hello Victor. Hello Victor owner. All good. All good in the hood. Phil, hi mate. How are you doing? Hope business is well for you, mate. Christy, good evening. Blah 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 blah. I love your tips. Can't get rid of weeds in my lawn. I've tried Weedall, Hydrol Verdone. Nothing have worked. Any suggestions? Okay, it might be worth trying to find out what weeds you've actually got. If you join my LawnRight community on Facebook, upload some pictures into the group, and then we can identify what weeds you've got and find out what they are to tell you what you need to kill. Things like Weed All for Lawns Resolver Lawn Weed Killer Extra can kill the vast majority of weeds in your lawn, but some weeds are difficult weeds, like violets, speedwells, chickweed, and with those you need to repeat the weed killer application more regular, like perhaps every 4 weeks, something like that, 3-4 weeks, 5 weeks, until you get them under control. One hit and waiting a couple of months just isn't enough. Yeah. Canal boating, don't knock that beer over your laptop. Yeah, I know. And this laptop is the most expensive laptop I have ever had in my whole life. It was about £2,500–3,000, and it's an Apple Mac. And I've never had an Apple in my life, but I'm really impressed with it, and I'm now used to it, and it just handles all of the video editing requirements that I need. So I'm happy as punch. Okay. Worm casts on the lawn, anything to stop them. There's always going to be some product out there, and you feel free to try any of the products. A lot of them are lawn conditioners, and you have to put a really heavy dose on. It can irritate the worms. It's supposed to suppress them, but often you'll find they'll come up to the surface to get away from it, and sometimes you end up with more worm casts. I've had one person tell me that he actually put a lawn conditioner on at double rate and actually got somewhere with it. So I think it was Purity conditioner, soil conditioner. But I haven't used it for probably 1.5 to 2 years now, so there you go. What's up, Bets? Oh, she wants to play. Right. Okay, Bobby Walker, best weed killer for clover. Honestly, any of the mainstream weed killers should be absolutely fine. Your Resolver, your Weed All for Lawns. The commercial one I use is called Praxis, and that kills a lot of weeds. You can probably buy it, but you're supposed to be licensed to buy it and use it. So I will leave that with you to do as you wish. Okay, Darth Sidious, hi. Mark, do you know what type of fungus it is that grows in the lawn? Seems to turn to a hard lump. No, it could be sort of dog vomit, if it's like a black. Aeration. Aeration's really critical with things like this. Plenty of fertilizer. Yeah, so iron is another thing you can put down on your lawn to suppress worms. It's not a magical pill, but it does help a bit. And I'm just going now. I'm just trying to keep up with these comments here. I'm trying to look at you, but read the comments on here. So shall I do it like this? Is that better? And pretend that I'm looking at you. I need to hold it there, don't I? I'm not going to knock my drink. How's that? I look buzz-eyed now. I'll be going like that. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, the echo is actually the sound coming from this. Let me turn the sound down on this. I'm sorry. Thanks for letting me know. Very kind. No, I can't do that. So, Bruce, hi. Broser, thank you. Keep watching, keep enjoying, and very much appreciated. Phil Shaw, health issues, yeah. Oh, that's awful, mate. I hope you managed to start getting up and running. I have quite a few back problems, to be fair. There's been a few times where I've been laid up for a week or two. The only thing I found that really helps is ibuprofen and ibuprofen gel. So Nurofen's actually really good in the grey boxes. So Nurofen has got ibuprofen in it and some ibuprofen gel, and you rub it into the site, but keep doing it every 4 hours. And sometimes it can take a day, and then you get to the point where actually you can tolerate doing things. Rasmus, yellow and grey, best tip ever. My lawn has been yellow and grey the following week with dandelion. Okay. David Wood, for 3k it's best to mow the lawn for you. Yeah, I know. Do you know something? You look at I've always been Android and I've always been PC. Always. For all my life. And the PC equivalent to give me what I needed just wasn't anywhere as good as these for the price. You'd have to spend quite a bit more. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try it. Someone in the family's got one and says it's really good for editing. So I've tried it and here we are. Rasmus solution. Wife goes crazy every night while they are yellow. And the lawn is now fabulous. I need to pair with Kiss and Love, but it works. Okay. Okay, so Adrian, what would you recommend to level and raise the height of my lawn? It says about 10 mil below the top of the slabs that edge up to the lawn. Just any screened topsoil would be fine. Unless you are pure clay, you can still put topsoil on top, but you're still going to have some sort of drainage issue, albeit an inch or two below. So you have to think about that and how you're going to deal with that. If it's reasonably soil, then just get something similar. But if you're going for super flat, then you want to make it more sandy. But I can't wait to start top dressing and leveling this. I'm getting close to doing it. But we are going to be running out of time soon, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done this season. But it's a start. Right. But yeah, so you can build your soil up in levels. So you can put a bag of soil at various spots across the lawn and use a brush or a rake, back of a rake, or even a lute, whatever, drag mat, and work it in across the lawn. And it will raise that section by about a centimetre. You don't want it to smother the blades of grass. You want it no more than halfway up that blade of grass. So you put enough soil on, rake it all about, it falls down between the blades, and it'll sit there. What's up, Bets? You want that ball throwing, don't you? Yeah, she knows, you see. She knows not to go on that lawn, doesn't she? She knows. Come on, then. Oh, God. Right. Stop it. Right, so. Hi, Warren. From New Zealand. Good luck with your seeding. 40. Time for a reno. Absolutely. There's still plenty of time this year to do a renovation. I'll be renovating right up until the middle of October. I want 6 weeks after any renovation to give it time to come through and get reasonably well established. So middle of October is usually my cut-off, unless we get a bit of an Indian summer coming late. Gary, cardboard cutout. Okay. Sorry, I can't think why I need a cardboard cutout. Anyway. Right, that's it. Come on, get down. Get down. What height do I keep my grass? It varies. No, go on. When I first did the renovation at the end of May, once it had all come through and I got back from being married, the grass, I started cutting it really, really short, maybe 20 mil, and I was cutting 7 days a week. Then we've been away, I've done a bit more seeding, it's grown a bit longer. At the minute, I'm probably cutting about 50 mil, something like that, but it's good because it's put some nice dark stripes in. Danny, half my grass is growing, the other half is really short and doesn't seem to be growing at all. The shorter grass does have a yellowish colour to it. I'm getting a lot of worms. Okay. Is it one half of your garden, Danny? If so, it could be something in the shade, or it could be something underneath. Maybe the bit that's not growing as fast is in the heat, and it sort of dries out faster and doesn't perform as much. It's really hard to say. It could even be a different species of grass mixed in, which is just not growing, or it's not favouring the conditions in the soil enough. So you might want to do a bit of a soil sample. Worms are absolutely fine. They're a sign of good soil and good microbial activity. Just try some fertiliser, but maybe do a bit of a pH test, and you can have a look and see if anything needs to be done to the soil to amend it. Iron on newish grass, BBR. Yeah, it's not too good for seeds. At 6 weeks, it should be able to tolerate it fairly well. I would perhaps try a half dose first and just see how you get on, but you probably will be okay. Phil, Onco, Hydromelon, Naproxen, been back to golf this week. Back to golf, nice one. I'm with you on the computers, I love my Mac, but do have a nice gaming PC too. Yeah. Best of luck, mate. Hope you get well and back up to full speed as soon as. Darth Sidious, what brand is your cylinder mower? It's a very old... Oh, my brain is gone. Yeah, my brain is absolutely gone potty. I think I need another drink. It'll come. It'll come. There'll be some of you screaming it out now. It's an old one. Like really old. And I got it off Facebook Marketplace for £40. This guy says, yeah, it's £40. Meet me at this address. So I pulled up outside the address and he come down on his push bike. He leant his push bike against the front and he went round the back and pulled this mower around. Really old fashioned thing. Oh God, swordsman, not swordman, which is a modern high-tech machine. A swordsman. It's really old, but it's all right. I got it serviced, got the blade sharpened. Adrian, do you have a gate to your next door neighbours? Yes, I do. Yes, and they're very good neighbours, and we do things for each other. They look after pets when we're away, and I look after their hanging baskets and water them for them. But my house and next doors, we're in the same family, and of course there was a parent there and a relative in this one, and obviously it was being a family thing, 2 houses next door. That's why they've got the gate in. So, do the wetting agents work? Yes, they help to make soil a little wetter. So basically some soils in summer can get like a bit of a crust on top, and they become a bit hard and water struggles to go in. It's called being hydrophobic, and it tends to just bead on the surface instead of soaking in. So a wetting agent actually re-wets the soil and it enables water to drain through easily. Yeah, I've heard also about the baby shampoo, and I pretty much believe it. I just never have done it. Danny, it's more mixed up. Yeah, it probably is just a different type of grass then. Probably just a different type of grass, which is not quite happy for whatever reason. It's I'm guessing it may be a little bit stunted. It could be because of red thread affecting it. It might be a fine fescue blade, which is a smaller, thinner blade of grass. And if so, that grass is getting stunted or held back from growing by the red thread fungus on the top, the pink patch, which can lead to red thread. So it might be slightly discoloured as well. Acar, I have a patch which is in constant shade. Grow grass there. Yes, you can grow grass there, but remember, grass needs ideally to be thick and lush, at least 3 hours of direct sunlight a day. So if you put some grass in there, it will come up lovely, but then when we get more towards the winter period, it will start to thin, and it will thin every year and then come back a little bit every spring. But you'll be looking to overseed probably once a year in a shaded area. A fescue grass is generally better, like a fine fescue or a tall fescue, generally do better in shade, but there's always new varieties of grass coming out all the time. So it's just a case of looking out, seeing what people have got, and giving it a go. Hi, Smite. Okay. Adrian. Oh, you're talking to Darth. Yeah, Swordsman. Same model, 35 years old. Nice. Okay, Gary, hi, Smite. How goes is 32mm, which I think is too short. I'm thinking of buying a rotary. Okay. Rasmus, I need to level a slope in the garden to let the robot mower do the climb. Do I keep the turf or just have the guy level and seed on top? Yeah, you can do it anyway. You can do it any way you want. It really doesn't matter. Seed will take a little bit longer, but it is cheaper to do. And then you've got to let it establish, where turf is more instant and will establish a lot quicker. It's just got to push those roots down, which is just a few weeks. You could actually dig up the turf carefully or use a turf lifting machine. Hire it for a day, £30, something like that. And lift the turf off. Get your soil in. Grade it to however you want. But build it up in layers, like an inch. Use a roller, firm it down. Add another inch, use a roller, firm it down. And build it up in layers till you get the desired level you want. And then relay your turf back on top. So, I'm not ignoring you. For any of you new guys, I have my laptop here and I'm trying to read the comments on here. It's a lot easier to reply to you guys on here than clicking on my phone and dragging the comments up and down. So I'm not ignoring you when I'm looking down at the laptop. I'm doing my best to answer your questions and have a nice Peroni in my Peroni grass, my Peroni grass given to me by one of you guys. So I'm so over the moon with that. Thank you. Okay. Gary Hill is looking to sell an Atco Balmoral if anybody's interested. Absorb wetting agency is good. Yep. Adrian, you've got your certificates. Fantastic. So you've killed the lawn off. 2 weeks today. All is dead, but some greening, some weeds. You right? What's up? What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
I don't know.
You've just come to be on camera, haven't you?
No.
Oh.
I wanted to go on the trampoline.
Okay, you go on the trampoline. See if you can do 1,000 star jumps.
Ah, okay.
I've trained them not to go on the grass. Right. Pro Vantage. What's Pro Vantage? I've never heard of Pro Vantage. Maybe I should. Oh, of course it's Roundup, isn't it? Roundup Pro. What a donut. Yeah, I use Roundup Pro. I actually, yours is the 480 then, which is the strongest one they do. I actually use the 360. Also, this has got aquatic approval. You see, I haven't used any of these, the 480s or the higher ones. I just generally get the 360 and just spray it on. After 2 weeks of applying it, you should be absolutely fine to start seeding. But just for a little bit of breathing space, I always try and go for 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. But I have renovated lawns literally 2 weeks to the day after applying Roundup, and it's fine. But it depends if you want to just give yourself that bit of extra breathing space. Right. Drew, would I ever consider turfing a new lawn? I have turfed one lawn, and it was okay. There were 3 of us. Never done it before. Not on a lawn that was quite big. It was similar to this. We hired a rotavator. We rotavated the whole lawn, and it was a sloping lawn. And we spent the day rotavating, raking out stones and dead bits of grass and weeds, and rotavating 2 or 3 times, raking, rolling, and eventually got it to the point where we could lay the turf. I suppose when you do it more often, you can do it a lot faster and get a better result. But we did it, and it actually came out really well. And it took us a full day, which is not bad for a sort of first attempt on a decent sized lawn. Okay. BBR, when you dress your lawn, do you use a multi-compost incorporated? So, generally dressing a lawn, so proper terminology for dressing a lawn would be to apply something, and it's usually something like sand to sort of level things out, humps and bumps, and to help with grass to spread and fill in any gaps and things like that. Just generally leveling off. I put either soil or multi-purpose compost, but most of the time nowadays I use field compost, because it's very fine. It is a bit more money, but it's good, and the whole bag is 100% good stuff. There's no bits or anything left at the end of it. And if you're interested in any of that, and I will plug this, if you go to fieldcompost.co.uk and you choose field number 4, which is the one I use, if you put the code RIGHT10, RIGHT 10, you'll get 10% off your order. So other than that, I have used B&Q, Wix, so the Verve from B&Q in the purple bags, the Wix own brand. I have used Home Bargains, Grow More in purple bags. They're all okay. They're all okay, but you get the little twigs and the bit of stuff in it. And at times I put all that down on lawns, and it's fine. It comes through. Right. Can I not stream from my laptop? Do you know what? I probably can. There is a camera. I've not tried it on here. And I will, maybe for the next one. So we'll give that a whirl. I guess the reason I like to leave it on the phone, or I have used the phone in the past, is because there's a few times when I've got up with the phone and I've shown you parts of the garden and what I'm doing and things like that. Gary the Apprentice. Oh, Adrian, what was I doing before lawn care? No, no, no. You can't come up. You just want to get up and get comfy, don't you? Right. I've always been sort of entrepreneurial, motivated by money and being my own boss. That's been within me for as long as I can remember. Prior to getting really into all this, I've had strings of jobs, and I've not stuck at any of them for very long. I've done factory work, which drove me potty. I've tried office work, not for me. yeah, just a lot of different jobs. And I eventually, sorry, I've got an itch. I got into lawn care. I was working for Green Thumb in Nottingham, and I got a job with them, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. And although there's things I can say about Green Thumb which other people will agree with, I'm not going to share any personal thoughts about them now. I have fond memories of Green Thumb, but there's things which can be improved. Anyway, that prompted me to want to do it myself. So by doing that, I started getting the idea, I started gathering information, and I was about to set up, but my marriage came to an end. So it got put on hold for a few years until I moved to where I am now. And I met my partner, and I started doing it in the evenings and weekends and built it up. I got a job with the council as well as a gardener, so I was doing this gardening business, gardening for the council, and then at 4 o'clock I would then switch and do my own gardening round, and almost every night it would be sort of 8 or 9 o'clock in the summer, home, unload and start all over again. Eventually, over about a year and a half, it got to the point where it was as good as the job. So I made the switch and I jumped into it. And that's basically how I got into... I've been into lawn care and doing lawn care for 23 years, something like that. But this business has been off and on for about 15 years, but full time now for about 11 years, something like that. Right, Canal, can't believe your weather. Yeah, it's we had a bit of rain this morning here actually, and then it eased off, but touch wood, it's been quite warm throughout the day, but we're just managing with clouds at the minute. Mark Jefferson, do you still find people want a gardener for £10 an hour? Yeah, absolutely, Mark. I actually stopped doing gardening a few years ago. I still have about 4, and it's basically people that just can't garden. They're elderly or for whatever reason. I go and help them out a little bit, and it's a set price. It's not an hourly rate, but they're happy because they've been with me for years, so it suits me. As for a rate, if you are gardening, you need to keep in your head what you want or need an hour. You can't achieve £10 an hour. I was £10 an hour at the beginning when I was gardening. Yeah, lots of customers, but you know, by the time you've taken in all your fuel and everything else, you think it ain't worth it. It isn't. So then you up it to 15, you think you're going to lose customers, and you lose 1 or 2, and that's them that want it for nothing. But you build up and you build up and build up. A sweet spot, I would say, for anyone who's serious about doing gardening is between £30 and £40 an hour, because there's a lot more overheads than you think that you need to cover. Hello, Molly. Ah, you scared me.
Actually,
Have you done your 1,000 star jumps?
I did 1,000,000.
Okay. Right, what time is it? 7:35.
How many
Right.
people's watching?
61.
Oh.
Right, are you going to go in for 15 minutes and then I'll come in?
Okay.
Okay?
Wait, is that going live as well?
That is now. That's just so I can read these comments.
Oh.
Go on then.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Make sure to subscribe. Whoop.
Nice. If you've got any children, tell them to go to Molly's Happy Channel. MOLLIE. She has a little channel. She's got 120 subscribers, and I'm on there with her. We don't get much time to do videos, but we should do more. I'm struggling now just to fit this in. Anyway, so what else? Just looking at these other comments. So, Danny, tried your patch idea growing grass in pots. Filled in some dogweed patches, it works pretty well, just can't keep the kids off the grass. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Kids. Lol. OCD. 75,000 more subscribers and you get the coveted YouTube trophy. Woohoo! Got a bit of a way to go, haven't I? 100,000 subscribers would be absolutely unbelievable. And it will come. It will come. As long as I keep doing what I'm doing, producing what you guys need and trying to help you. That's what it's all about, isn't it? You help people, then that's how we all grow. Yahoo 1066. I pay for lawn care treatments 4 times a year. Scarify and aerate yourself and the odd overseed and compost. What's a good product mix to DIY over the year? So, a giant bee. I often use A1 spring, summer, autumn, spring, summer fertilizer, weed all for lawns. You can go back over a few of the videos. You'll see me using those products actually in the last video. If you look at that last video, you'll see me doing that. A bit of iron throughout the year, a bit of seaweed, just basics, regular mowing, plenty watering, and that's the key. Mark, why don't women get lawn care? Obviously we don't mean all women, do we? We don't mean all women, because I get a punchy face off my wife. Now, I think it's just basically, I think if you go traditionally over the decades, I would say there's been more of a percentage of men doing garden. I'm not trying to be boring here, but I think it's always been a higher percentage of men that do the garden, and kids growing up watching their dads cutting the grass. And I think that's just generally how things evolve, isn't it? And the women, and not all women, but I mean, my wife's never cut the grass ever while we've been together, not once. She likes to see a nice garden, she likes a nice lawn. She actually sent me a photo today of the lawn saying, looking nice, isn't it? Bless. So yeah, John Reynolds, is that a new fence? No, it's the same fence. It's been painted. It's been painted. Mark, Verve's crap. If you were to filter out the twigs and the sort of fluffy bits, then what's left is actually quite good, but it's not much of a bag. It's probably half to 3/4 of a bag is the good stuff, and then maybe a third of the bag is all that horrible stuff. But I mean, it's all right for borders and things like that, but I have in the past used it on lawns, but it's all right. It's all right. It's just you get the bits. Rasmus, okay, nice to have you here on the live stream. Very much appreciated. No problem. I look to hearing from you again. Make sure you join the LawnRight community on Facebook. We're nearly at 500 members. We're going to have a little giveaway at 500. And I want to do more giveaways. I want to do giveaways here on YouTube. But I just haven't got around to doing it. And I've been saying this now for probably a year. I'm the worst person at getting organised. I have got things I want to give away. So I'm not going to say what they are, but let me get to grips with it, because there's other things I want to put in place first so it runs smoothly. Okay, John Reynolds, have I tried AdBlue? No. Heard about it, haven't used it. Intrigued. Senor Fancy, love and hello, Jello from Black Canyon, Phoenix, Arizona. EEUU, any lawn care advice for Bermuda? Right, so yeah, because the thing is, one second. So, in general, there's not a lot of Bermuda grass in the UK. It's more America. And I will hand on heart say I've never used it. So I can't fully give you any solid advice. I'm trying to see what it's similar to in the UK, and I can share some advice on that. But I've just done a quick search and I can't find anything, so I do apologise. I don't have all the answers. I'm alright at what I do. I know what I'm doing. It's just all in here. Anyway, so where's the other questions? Cheers, OCD. Yeah. Cheers, Simon, will do. Sean, I think this suits you, mate. BBR. Stephen Buckley. Cheers, mate. Stephen Buckley. I forget I'm looking at you, aren't I? This video, I think there's not as many people viewing this stream, and I think it's because I'm just sat down and I'm not actually looking at the screen as much because I'm looking at the laptop. So I'm just trying to figure this out. The engagement doesn't seem quite as high. Right, so I'm going to switch to the phone in a second. I'm going to have another 5 minutes on here and then I'm going to have to shoot. Excuse me. Time for one of these. Yeah, so if anybody's just come on, have you seen this? Ashley Hardwick, who's my moderator in the lawn care in the LawnRight community on Facebook. Make sure you join it. We're going to have a little giveaway at 500 members. And he sent me this. I didn't even know it was coming. It just turned up one day. So I'm right over the moon. Thanks, Ashley. And one of you guys actually sent me this Peroni glass a few weeks ago after I was caught drinking a bottle of Peroni. So, what I'm going to do, a cardboard cutout. What, so I can drink? So, we'll have a bit of mobile action for last 5 minutes. Right, so this is where we're at. Finally got my borders tidied out. A week ago I put some A1 spring summer fertilizer on, and some iron and some weed killer, and the weeds are definitely dying. There were some along the edge, they pretty much died off now, and others are dying. They start down on the edges. Where we did the patching in, that's all filled in now. You can just about see it there. It's much finer. The patch in the middle's filled in nicely. My little grass in pots is growing and it needs a cut. And the dog wee burn, again, has all filled in. So it's all looking pretty good. But yeah, you can go over your lawn with a mower that's got a roller on. And you can go over 2, 3, 4 times. And it'll enhance the stripes each time you do it. So, yeah. So are there any last few questions before I go? Right. Gary Hill, so I can chat and leave the cutout looking at the screen. Ah, I got you. OCD, am I going to Soltex this year? If I'm completely honest, I'm not that bothered. I'm not that bothered about shows. Yeah, it's great to go and meet up with guys that I've never met and say hi, and actually say hi to some of you guys. But I'm not personally that bothered. I like to always be really productive. I very rarely relax. So I'm not saying I won't, but I'm not that bothered. But it could happen. See, look at that. On my laptop, the right delay, isn't there? That still thinks I'm up the lawn there. How bizarre is that? Anyway, so questions. Last few questions. London, £7 an hour to park. Congestion sergeant soon. Ulas is. Oh, don't get me started on Ulas. Yeah, I don't know if the mayor will pause it. I couldn't say, but it is a shocking outrage. It is a shocking outrage. Right, there's a few people asking to join the community. I'll get those added soon if Ash hasn't done them. Laid a new lawn, lots of tiny flies. What are they? They might be gnats. I don't know. They could be flying ants. I'm not sure. You could try something citrusy. I like sort of citrusy spray on the lawn might help. You can actually get things for ants, but for flying things. Daniel Hibbert. Am I wearing flip-flops? Yeah. Yes, mate. I am. I'm sorry. I know. It's just terrible, isn't it? Yeah. I just, because I'm in and out the back door all the time, it's so much easier than trying to get my wellies off and on. Green up the lawn. Nitrogen with a splash of iron. So a fertilizer that's slightly higher in nitrogen, or you could go for a really high dosage of nitrogen to green up the lawn, as long as it's fairly healthy and you are watering regular. Mind flow movement, no problem. APM gold, absolutely no problem. You could hear them. Yeah, they were flippity floppity. Yeah, it's my age. It's my age. I'm 50 now, so nothing bothers me. I'm not at the stage of wearing my underpants on the outside and going out and fetching milk. What is it with people that go to shops in the pajamas and the dressing gowns? What is it? Why do people do that? Yeah, I do wear wellies when I'm treating lawns, but I'm just sat at home now. I've been in the shower. I've just put my flip-flops on to come outside. Right, I'm going to have to go. I've got to sort my daughter out and put her in the bath. So, thank you. A northern thing. Thanks, Mark. Daniel, move those dead gold crest. What do you mean? Oh, them. Yeah. Funny story. They've been outside the back door. Perfectly fine. Then we had 5 weeks of rain, didn't we? Non-stop rain. And I'm not much of a plantsman at all. I like plants. I don't know much about plants. And I noticed that they were sitting in water, so I've took the water out and I've drilled some holes in the bottom. And someone said a while ago, why don't you try some iron? So a week or so ago, I put a little bit of iron sulfate in. I don't know if it's... Anyway, it's not worked. So they are going. They're going to go and get gone. We'll get some more. Yeah. Hey, canal boating. Now calm down. It's still got colour, but it is going on the back. So I don't know how much longer I'm going to have hair. Anyway, I think I'm just about done. So thanks, boys and girls, for popping along. And we'll see you on the next one. These are pretty cool. We got the plant pots from JYSK, which is where we got the new wicker set from as well. But and the flowers are plastic. I don't know where she got them from. Couldn't tell you. But they're pretty good. You know. Right. Speak to you soon. Have a great day, and appreciate you coming along. And we'll see you on the next one.